Hello, welcome back to the channel and welcome to Quick Tips from Callaway. Today we're talking about the socket or shank and how to avoid it. The socket can be one of the most self-destroying shots on the planet, and there's a couple of things you want to look at. The very first one is quite simple. Try and get yourself standing far enough away from the ball. If you're hitting an iron, you want to have your hands around about underneath your neck. You don't want them too close to your thighs, because otherwise the centrifugal forces are going to pull them away from you, make you hit the heel of the club, and that's where the socket is. The ball will then go directly into the bushes. The next thing is to check your spine angle, not only your spine angle at address, but also at impact. If you can get yourself a camera on the down the line angle, you should be able to see this. That means that when you take the golf club back, we want to start with around about 100-degree angle. If you are too bent over the ball, you're going to tend to stand up through the shot. And that's what's causing your socket. By doing that, it will swing the arms up and away and the heel of the club into the golf ball. It can, however, also happen from a good address position. You have a good spine angle and still you are standing up, going into what we call early extension, letting your bum come forward towards the ball, which will flatten the swing out but swing the club away from your body and cause a socket. So it could be spine angle. The third thing is really have a look at what your bum is doing. Try and get the feeling in the downswing of your lead hip being pulled back. As you start the downswing, almost sitting into the downswing and pushing the lead hip away from the ball with your lead foot. This will automatically make, if anything, your spine go down and your hands go in towards your body. By doing this, the socket or the heel of the club is being pulled away from the ball, and that will help you to avoid the socket. If it's still not all going to plan, have a quick look of where the club is going after impact. If you're finding yourselves up here with your hands at the end of the golf swing, then the socket is probably on the cards, because you are manipulating your club along a line to the target that it shouldn't be moving on. It should be moving around your body. And it's going to do that by rotating your lead shoulder both up and back away from the ball. This rotation is pulling the grip end away from the ball through impact, allowing the club to release, but pulling it back at the same time and getting the heel away from the ball and away from the socket. So if your lead shoulder isn't clearing, whether it's because your hips aren't turning or your shoulder is simply blocking itself, that could also be causing the socket. Do you need another tip? Have a look at your spine angle from the front camera. If you are tilting back too much in the downswing, this can also cause a socket. This is something which will happen to a lot of golfers who start the downswing with their hands, therefore throwing the club outside the line and unconsciously trying to create a flat angle of attack by tilting backwards. They're changing the out to in to an in to out and pushing their arms away from them right into the heel of the club, and the ball goes in the bushes again. That's a tricky one because you probably aren't feeling it, and it's really the only way to stop yourself doing that is getting your arms to drop rather than come away from your body to start the downswing, getting less grip tension at the top of your swing, letting the club fall and flatten a little bit, but at the same time not tilting back, staying centered and rotating so that that lead shoulder can get out of the way and pull the club around and the socket away from the golf ball. Well, it wasn't quite as quick as you might have thought, but it's certainly going to give you a few things to think about, and maybe in there is the solution to your shank or socketing problem. If it helps you, please hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, do so please. If you would like to become a patron to the channel, I shall leave a link for that below. Thank you very much to all the patrons who support me so generously every month. Until the next time, goodbye.